No penalty forthcoming. Last play. Will carry on us for the third of our games on this Saturday evening. And now it's a real run from Lomax. Tackle with 30 out, 20 in from the eastern side. It's already second last play here for the Eels. Through centre field, Iyongi. Now the break comes from Jack Williams. Over halfway. A couple giving chase. Takes on Gray. Burns past him. He's slowed down though. Williams can't offload. Tackled 18 metres out there. Good effort from Ashton Ward. But the Eels here last play run the footy. Moses off now again to a very deep kick from Dylan Brown, which goes over the dead ball line. Everything but the finish there from Para, who lead 2-0 here, Louis. 13 gone first half on ABC Sport.
Yeah, good work again by Parramatta, coming out of their own end. Some really nice pass and a beautiful hole run there by Jack Williams. And he just couldn't get in the right position to get to his support players, so he had to go down. And then Dylan Brown, I reckon he'd be filthy on himself coming up with that play. That was a horrible kick and another horrible set end.
Another 7-tackle set here for South Sydney out of their own end. And brought down immediately 30 out from his own line is Talis Duncan. The other players played every game this year, so only he and Jai Arrow has played every game this year for South Sydney. 35 out, midway through the count now as the ball does come here to Jai Arrow. Makes a good post-contact game there on Barlaw, taken down by he and Smith, 5 short of halfway. As in this middle tackle of the set now, it's going to be Sean Cappy. They get a 6 more, so a set restart for inside the 10 metres. They'll play it now, 6 inside Eels territory. Mazelis off to Avili, gives them 8 more metres. He's to within 35 of that southern line. Mazelis starts from dummy half. Shares a left-hand side pass, Humphreys. On the bounce, it was awkward there to Bentley Harpe, and he's eventually claimed 30 out, 10 in from the eastern side. Dummy half, Johnston. Swings it open side right now for Humphreys. Still a few plays left this set now for South Sydney. It's run again by Jai Arrow. And he's putting his back 25 out from the Parramatta Eels line. South's on the attack on Mazelis. Off to Ward. And he's a very slight young 5'8" Ashton Ward. Off here to Jacob Host. He's brought to the ground as well. 12 out. This will be last play. South who trail 2 points to 0. Ward here tipped on to Jai Gray. And Taito Munro slams it down in the corner. Well, welcome back, Tyrone Munro. He's got Gamilaroi ancestry. He had an injured collarbone earlier in the season. He slams home his 6th try and his 10th appearance, and Souths have scored the first try of the game, 4-2, kick to come.
Yeah, they've had to hang in there, South Sydney, and they get their opportunity down the right end of the field, and they come up with a really nice little short side play and beautiful skill there as well. It's a really nice little pass there from Ward to fire out the back there to Gray. And then Gray doesn't have much time to think about this pass. He just grabs it, nice little tip on. You can feel the pressure coming from outside in there from Adokar. And then Munro gets over, scores a simple try, and they're in front, 4-2, kick to come.
And MC on the touchline.
Yeah, great bit of work there from Jai Gray. Nice little catch and pass because Josh Adokar raced in off his wing to put some pressure on Jai Gray, and he missed his mark there. Josh Adokar allowed his opposite to go through almost untouched to score that try.
All right, thank you, MC. Yeah, played most recently a fortnight ago against Brisbane. In that game they got smashed in 60-14. He's played, as I said, his 10th game this year. Saw him play a game last year in Penrith where he scored a couple of tries in a very awful week for his family. He lost his mum and I think his uncle in the same week and performed beautifully. There was a lot of emotion in the air that night, but he's one of the bright young things at the South Sydney Rabbitohs. 16 gone first half. And we'll see a sideline conversion here from Bailey Bentley Harpe. Last week, he himself scored a try and kicked 4 out of 5, having debuted mid-year in round 12. So, the Eels had the better of things in the opening 10 or so minutes, Louis. The Souths have hit back here. And we'll see if Bailey Bentley Harpe can add 2 more points to the Tyrone Munro try. He uses his time. In he comes, right foot kick, wobbles back, not quite enough. It's waved away and it remains Souths 4, Para 2. 0467920222. Chris says, I found you guys last week on the ABC Listen app. Thanks for the great commentary. Thank you, Chris. Enjoying call, says Francis. Parramatta Rachel, with the fact that Newcastle signed Dylan Brown to be a halfback based on that kick. Good luck, Newcastle, LOL. Oh, that's unkind, Parramatta Rachel. I understand where you're coming from as a Parramatta fan. Not that I am, I'm just saying I understand where your biases lie. 0467920222. Around the grounds AFL first half. Collingwood, in fact, first quarter. Adelaide. Collingwood 14 leads Adelaide 8. AFLW first quarter, Melbourne 7, Western Bulldogs 2. Back underway here at the Sydney Football Stadium. You're with Brett Sprigg, Luke Lewis, Michael Cariana. 17 gone first half here. Souths 4, Parramatta 2. And the Rabbitohs are on the attack out of their own end. And stop 25 out from his own line is Havili. Plays it quickly. Now bursting away from dummy half Mazulis, but he's met there by the marker. A little chase there from Hopgood. 40 out. Onto the right-hand side again now for Jacob Host. Placed on report earlier for a shoulder charge on Luca Moretti. On Mazulis off left-hand side now, Jai Gray. Zipping run here before he's taken down by Hopgood, 40 out centre field. Now Mazulis on the last play does find Humphreys. Swings that left foot kick across field. Addo-Carr parks himself under it. Taken down by Munro, the try scorer. The Fox will play it 15 out from his own line. Luke Lewis on ABC Sport.
Yeah, well, that's good work there by South Sydney. They scored points. They worked their way upfield nicely. Peter Mazulis out of dummy half looking dangerous. And they get to a kick. That's what you want to do. And they come up with a really nice kick chase. And they lock Parramatta down inside that 20-metre zone. So it's a good set after points.
Another run from Joash Papali. Signed a new contract last month to see him through to the end of 2027. Now a big run from Will Benson up that right edge. And he'll play it there for Riley Smith. A couple of plays left in this set now for Parramatta as Moses dummies and meets the contact of Talis Duncan head on. 40 out, 10 in from the eastern side. This will be last play, in fact, Para. So the kick goes up from Joash Papali. Down here onto the chest of Jai Gray, the South's fullback again. Shows plenty of zip, and he's tackled by Junior Barlaw. And also in there, Jack Williams, 20 out from his own line. South Sydney 4, Parramatta 2. Up that right edge they go again with the try scorer in Tyrone Munro. Plays at 30 out. Last short side right here as Ward was dealt with after the fact. He got the pass away. It was Brown who felled him. Sets up at dummy half again, Ward. Open side left now for his captain in Jai Arrow. Left-hand side. Went through the hands of someone out there. I think it was Jai Gray. And now picked up on the wing on that far side by Bentley Harpley. Plays it there for Johnston. Open side right. Back through hands again, second last play, South, but they can't really gain any more yardage here. 40 out from their own line. Tackled and playing it now, Talis Duncan. Zealous feeds it back to Ward. It's a high probing kick down towards Josh Addo-Carr. 20 out from his own line. And he'll use his pace here as he just bounced with ease off Jai Arrow. Still going Addo-Carr. And he is eventually cut down 8 short of halfway. Good run from the Fox. Play it there for Smith. It's the South Sydney Rabbitohs who lead 4-2 here against the Eels. Lomax, big fend up that side of the ground there on Jamie Humphreys. And the ex-Dragon will play it 5 inside South's territory. This is a good set so far, Louis, for the Parramatta Eels. Yeah. It's come there from Tuolungi. It was attempted offload. It's come off South, so it's going to they'll come back here and reset the marker on play 3. As again, it's with Dylan Walker. He's in the action now. First run of the game for him. Fed wide now to Jack Williams. Back to the right-hand side. Walker on the Hopgood. Big tackle made down there. This time by Talis Duncan. 15 out centre field. Swung wide from Smith to Moses and now dropped out there by Bensony. And so it will be a South Sydney ball. 10 out from their own line at Northern End. Souths lead 4-2 over Parramatta with 20 minutes gone, 20 left in this first half. And there is someone down out there, Michael Carianis, and just having a look on the replay now.
Yeah, it's Bentley Harper who's down at the moment. He just, I think he collects the thigh of Bensony out there as he attempts to make that tackle. He hits the hip, he collects, and he's in a world of hurt.
Okay, I'll keep an eye on him. Thank you, MC.
He ain't coming back. That's all I'm going to say now. He ain't coming back. He'll be going off the field, and we'll not see him again tonight. That was horrible. Just watching the replay of him laying on the floor. He sort of froze up, and he was sort of trying to hold his head, but he couldn't get his hands there. So, yeah, it looked horrible there. So I hope he's all right.
So, as you heard referee Jared Sutton say there, get a replacement ready because he will be coming off. And that will see possibly Brandon Smith or Tom Fletcher coming on here for the Rabbitohs. And it will be Thomas Fletcher making his way on here. So, yeah, Bentley Harpe coming off here for Bennett's Bunnies, who lead 4-2 here midway through the opening 40.
Yeah, they're doing a good job holding in there, South Sydney, but Parramatta doing an amazing job coming to their own end, but they're getting lost inside that 20-30 metre zone when they're attacking South Sydney's line. A few errors, a kicking game at the end, come up with a couple of 7-tackle sets, and South Sydney are doing a good job getting out of their own end as well, but they look a little bit sharper in that attacking zone.
So Souths start this new set, 10 out from their own line. Only a gain of 5 metres here for Talis Duncan. And he plays it now. 15 out from his own line. Humphreys collected big time there by Kelman Silverlungi, who play at 20 out. Fed wide back, open side right. Again to Thomas Fletcher, who's in the game for Bailey Bentley Harpe, who Louis suspects will foul on HIA. Through centre field they go here, South Sydney. Sean Kepi scored a try in the Indigenous round game last year, Sean Kepi. Plays it quickly. Now a burst of speed from Jai Arrow. Makes the halfway line. Last play, Souths, who lead 4-2. 19:40 left in this first half on ABC Sport. Humphreys' kick goes high in the air. It hangs there for a fair while. Lomax with a clean catch, and coming in there on him, Fletcher. But Lomax will play it 17 out from his own line, southern end. Moses sets up from dummy half. Open side left now again for Bensony. Brought to the turf there by Sean Kepi. He'll play it 30 out now, Parramatta. Comes open side left. Fed wide again, off to Dylan Brown. Makes half a break, but he is tackled eventually by Jai Arrow, 40 out from his own line. This is play 4 now here for Parramatta, and now it's in the hands of Dylan Walker. He's through the 49th NRL game, so a milestone beckoning for the former Rabbitoh who won a comp them in 2014, Dylan Walker. As again they go right-hand side, Hopgood this time. 35 out from South's line. Last play, Eels. Smith picks up Moses. That ball pierces the defensive line, but Johnston gets back there on the wing in defence for South Sydney. Almost forced back there by Moses, but he'll play it 10 out from his own line. Johnston, who is 3 tries away from Ken Irvine, and of course needs 1 more to go past him. Still might be some time away yet. It's 18 and a half left first half. South's 4, Parramatta 2.
Yeah, again, just going back on what I've been harping on all night so far is Parramatta's getting out of their own end so easily. That's the only scary thing for South Sydney. But look, at the moment, we're still back into an arm wrestle. It's just who's going to break first. It's going to come down to a penalty or a mistake.
Yeah, quick set here, and no real gain for South, who 25 out. Second last play. Brandon Smith in the action. Bounced off Riley Smith. And also Barlaw will play it now 40 out. And Mazulis off to Ward. Kicks from inside 40. Kicks to straight though. And it travels down there. Chased back by the fullback Isaiah Iongi. And he tries to escape the clutches there of Hosts. But he's met there by Host and also Tass. 25 out. Adokara centre field run. Runs laterally here before he's met by 3 South defenders. South Sydney leads here 4-2 at the Sydney Football Stadium. You're with Brett Sprague, Luke Lewis, Michael Carianis on ABC Sports. Saturday night footy on the national broadcaster. Played now by Lomax. Blindside right they go as Tuolangi receives the ball from Smith. Gains a few more metres here. He'll play it now back to his hooker on this second last play. Barlaw, and now flat ball came to Hopgood over centre field there. It came from Dylan Walker. Last play, Parra, 40 out centre field. Burst of speed here from Papali, who is dispossessed. The ball falls here to Riley Smith. He puts in his kick. Fielded there by Johnston for South Sydney. Escapes 1 tackle. Back to his fullback, Gray, and he's slipping away from Kelma Tuolangi. Eventually, though, he is stopped by Will Bensony. 30 out, 20 in eastern side. Scooped up by Ward at dummy half. Now to Humphreys. Good run here. Takes on the oncoming traffic. And it was good there from Yongi, who stopped him. 40 out, 10 in from the eastern side. Souths here, midway through the count, they lead 4-2. On the right-hand side, Gray. And now Tass pressing to Dylan Brown. And he'll be playing at 30 out, 20 in from the western side. It's going to be 6 more here for some lazy defence there from Dylan Brown. Still laying in the ruck. South here with a full set, 25 out centre field. Smith plays it. Number Zealous. Off here again to Jai Arrow. They lead 4-2. South, this is play 2. 15 out southern end. Mamazulis off here again now to Humphreys. On to Jai Gray. A little step there, but he lost the ball in the tackle of Tuolangi. And so all that promise there from South Sydney comes to nothing, and it will be a Parramatta ball, 10 out from their own line, southern end. 16 minutes left in this first half. Souths 4, Eels 2. MC on the touchline.
Yeah, Brandon Smith has come on as that roaming forward in the number 13 role, so he's had an impact as soon as he's come on the field. Just on Bentley Harpe, he's was a Category 1 concussion, so his night is done and dusted.
As Luke Lewis correctly called. Not that you're taking any delight in these things, Louis, but it was correctly called by you straight away. Scrum feed coming up here for Parramatta. Mind you, I mentioned as well around the grounds, the cricket, that third T20, which you can hear on the ABC Listen Up. South Africa batting first against Australia, 3 for 69, now in the 7th over. So that's available on the ABC Listen Up, the call of that game up in Cairns with Matt Clinch and the team. Parramatta on the attack here as Smith sets up the dummy half. Gains a quick 15, now Moore makes the break. Still going, skips up that left-hand side. Gray comes across the cover and he's brought down 30 out. Played there for Papali. This is still play 3 now for the Parramatta Eels. Moses a flungy flick pass back here to Iongi, who burns away and scores behind the posts. That was their best set of the game so far, and it results in their first try of the game. So it is Eels 6, Souths 4, Para kick to come. 14:50 left in this first half on ABC Sport. It's Luke Lewis.
Yeah, really nice try here by Parramatta. You know, the break from the start there from Riley Smith up the middle of the field. He looked very dangerous out of dummy half. He had a couple of support players back up the middle of the field. I thought he might have blew this try, but he tried to take on Jai Gray on around the outside, and then it was just really nice football from Parramatta. Quick shift over to that right edge. Mitch Moses just plays nice and early, short, finds Kelma Tuolangi in that beautiful little flick pass out of his right hand, and then hits Iongi basically on the chest, and he just has to run around and score under the post. But that is some silky rugby league there from Parramatta.
And MC on the touchline.
Yeah, that pass from Kelma Tuolangi doesn't get any better than that. It was a beautiful flick pass, just bursting through a couple of South Sydney players, and Iongi ever present. Great bit of play there from the Parramatta Eels, and you know, South Sydney have been gallant so far defensively in this first half, so it took a bit of individual brilliance from Kelma Tuolangi to cut open this game.
Yeah, great run from the back rower, and Isaiah Iongi with the try. His first game back from a broken hand, which he suffered a month ago now. And this puts Zach Lomax directly in front of the post at that northern end of the Sydney Football Stadium. 0467 920 222. Loving the call, sitting in front of the fire. Ashton Ward is only tiny, but definitely punches above his weight in defence and effort. Cheers, Jack and Bonnie from Foxground, New South Wales. Yeah, certainly can't criticise his effort. Made an impression as one of those new faces at a depleted South Sydney this year. Lomax directly in front, and no surprises here. He adds to his successful penalty from earlier with one successful conversion. He's 2 from 2, and it is Parramatta 8, South Sydney 4. Francis sends his regards to Andrew Moore. Filthy Phil, I'm a Tiger supporter, but I respect South. Fought their way back and stood up. Go the Bunnies. Despise the Eels. Sorry, Para fans. Just having a beer on the beach at Cape Palmerston. Love the call. Boothie and the boys. Shout out to you, Boothie and the boys. And RJ in Radersville says, I'm not seeing $1 million player in Dylan Brown. Oh, yeah, it's a curious thing, isn't it, Louis, as far as his position now in this Parramatta team, playing at centre, where he's will be the richest halfback of all time at Newcastle next year.
Yeah, well, we can only judge him off next year. Not yet. We've got to wait and see what he does, but I understand what everyone's saying, absolutely.
13 left first half here on ABC Sport. Now the run for the Eels coming out of their own end, and that is made by Jack Williams, the former Shark. Played 25 out, through hands Barlaw, and now a low ball there comes from Dylan Walker. The right-hand side again. Looking dangerous out there is the try scorer Iongi, who's taken down 40 out from his own line. Lomax now tries to just swivel his way past a couple of defenders. Tackled 5 short of halfway. Play to Smith. This will be second last play coming up here as Hopgood is brought in. In fact, now it's the last. 35 out centre field. Hopgood brought down. Played to Smith. Right-hand side, short side. Moses off a couple of steps. Here's kick high for Johnston. He can launch and brings it down deep in that northeastern corner of the Sydney Football Stadium, where the Eels 8 lead South Sydney 4. 12 and a half left in this first half on ABC Sport. There goes Tom Fletcher again, who debuted 3 weeks ago in round 22 against Brisbane. And off to the right-hand side here for the Souths try scorer so far tonight. Their only try scorer in Tai Munro. Jai Gray. Oh, he burned past Dylan Brown. Shows good pace. Approaching halfway. Sends the pass back to Tass on the outside. He steps in field where he's taken down low by Papali. And up top, Youngie comes in as well as Josh Addo-Carr. Right near that western touchline. Still alive here, South in the second last play. Open side left, plenty of space there as it comes through hands. Arrow to Brandon Smith. And now Humphrey steps in field. Ankle tap there by Tuolangi. And meets Moses head on. 35 out South Sydney, last play. Ashton Ward's kick off a step goes towards that southeastern corner. It's down there for Iongi, and he is brought down now 15 out, but referee Gerard Sutton says that it will be penalty Parramatta.
Can't do any more than call to him, mate.
Yeah, there you go.
Was it because of the Souths?
No, you're saying he was offside.
Yeah.
But I tell you what, is there any more exciting player when he gets the ball and explosiveness in Jai Gray?
Yeah.
He had his last carry he got, he nearly made a full clean break. He gets another one just then, he does make a clean break and set up a try almost, but he looks outstanding at fullback. They've got to keep him in number one and get Latrell Mitchell on the field at the same time. I tell you what.
Para 8, Souths 4. Mind you, MC, it's career game number 30 for Jai Gray.
Yeah, he's such a damaging player. They've got to try and find a way to get him one-on-one like they had that opportunity with Dylan Brown. Just a second interchange for the Parramatta Eels. Matt Dury just cutting the ball up now on for Junior Paulo.
Here he is on halfway. Tackled there by Jai Arrow. Play it now for Riley Smith. Looks left but goes right here to Walker. And now Moses to Tuolangi. He's set up on there and slammed to the turf by Talis Duncan. A little untoward, says ref Gerard Sutton. So he's going to penalise Talis Duncan and South Sydney for that tackle. It remains Parramatta 8, South Sydney 4. 10:20 left in this first half.
Yeah, it's funny. I just feel like Parramatta have got so much points in them at the moment, but it doesn't show it on the scoreboard. It's weird. They're playing so good and they're moving the football nice. They look really sharp out there, but they just can't get those points on the board. But here they come now.
They lead 8-4, the Eels. 10 minutes left in this first half. Moses, tackled there by Brandon Smith. 20 out middle of the park, played to Riley Smith. On to Walker. And now again, here is Matt Dury, the former Bulldog. Now he's third year at Parramatta. Will play at 15 out northern end. Smith off the right-hand side again. Walker, Moses, tipped on here. Youngie back to Benson. Loose man there. Lomax is all by himself, and there's nothing Johnston can do as Lomax goes and dives it on that right edge and scores the Eels' second try. 12-4, kick to come. Lomax the try scorer. 9.5 left first half on ABC Sport. Luke Lewis.
Yeah, I just feel like Parramatta got so many opportunities to score points, especially on that right edge. They look really, really sharp. Mitch Moses has been screaming for the ball down some short sides. They've missed it a couple of times. They've got a lot of room down there. But this play here, nice setup. They play out the back. And then I reckon if Iongi could have threw that little pass a tad earlier over the top, Zach Lomax sort of went in untouched, but then Benson, he gets the ball over to him anyway. He knew where he had to get it to. Zach Lomax sees a bit of an open line and just uses his speed, dives right down in the corner and gets a nice try for Parramatta.
Touchline, Michael Carianis.
Well, it's not as good as the Kelma Tuolangi pass a couple of minutes ago for Parramatta first try, but nice bit of work there for Will Benson. He knew he had to get the ball out to Zach Lomax. Got it out there late, but just in the nick of time for Lomax to crash over in the corner.
His 8th try of the year, Zach Lomax, and he's one of those names linked to that Rugby 360 thing MC's been talking about. I think he's, his name's come up a few times. That could well be something that happens. So he's putting the ball on the tee here on that eastern side of the Sydney Football Stadium. 22 metres out to add 2 more points on his own try here, Zach Lomax. Earlier at Shark Park, the Sharks 54, beat the Titans 22. And at Lang Park, 44,500 there to see the Broncos 38 prevail over the Dolphins in a 10-try thriller. NRLW winners today. Cronulla beat Gold Coast, Brisbane over Parramatta, and Canberra beat the Warriors in Hamilton most recently as well. Here is Zach Lomax. 2 from 2, 1 penalty, 1 conversion so far tonight. And here a loud chorus of boos greeting him as he's on the approach. Right side for a right foot kicker. Hasn't missed one yet. This is quite a flat delivery here. Waved away as it misses near side. So Eels 12, Rabbitohs 4 here. 8:15 left in this first half on ABC Sport. Around the grounds in the cricket, South Africa are now 3 for 106, the 11th over in Cairns. And these names mean nothing to me. Devol Brewis is 51 not out of 23 balls. I couldn't name you the South African team, especially in T20 at the moment. AFL quarter time. Collingwood 33 leads Adelaide 8. AFLW second term. Melbourne 21 leads Western Bulldogs 9. Your text shortly 0467 920 222. Goes down towards that 10-metre line there. Papali for Parramatta. Feeds the ball back here for the hit-up. And driven all the way back in the three-man tackle, and the footy's actually come loose, and that was an error made in amongst all of that. Getting up to his feet, it is in fact Matt Dury. So opportunity here for Souths Louis, 15 out from that southern line, unless this challenge is successful.
Parramatta challenging the ruling of a knock-on. We're on no tackles, obviously then to tackle one on the ground.
Interesting. Didn't get a real good view of this straight up, so hard to have a penalty, a proper view. But looks like
Peter Mamazoulis is just maintaining a tackle. He's not stripping the ball. The challenge by Parramatta is unsuccessful.
Yeah, I can understand what they're saying, but he does have a really firm grip on the point of the ball there. And I can understand why they challenged it. They probably thought he did get pulled out, but unlucky there for Parramatta. They lose their challenge pretty early.
And the voice of our bunker official, Matt Noyen, has spoken down at MC on the touchline.
Yeah, this is an opportunity now for South Sydney. I'd love to see Jai Gray, who's going to feed the ball out of the scrum. Cody Walker's actually just come onto the field as well, boys. So he gets an opportunity now for the first time in a couple of weeks to show his wares.
Who kicks for them, if no Bentley Harpe?
Jamie Humphrey's still on the field.
Oh, yeah, fair enough. Great. Left-hand side of the scrum here. Darts back on the inside, but he's taken down from behind there by Benson and also Moses. Opportunity, it's going to be 6 more here for South. So a full set now, 10 out from Parramatta's line. And they get there through Jai Arrow. Claimed the two-man tackle. Dury came in there with Walker. Play it 10 out left-hand side of the post. And now Brandon Smith. Back to Cody Walker. Engineers the pass. Oh, went behind Ward. He couldn't quite retrieve it. And it's picked up there by Dylan Brown. The Eels are away. They lead 12-4. 7:15 left in this first half on ABC Sports. Smith. Open side right here. Josh Addo-Carr. And his run is stopped 28 metres out from his own line.
Tackle 2, Josh.
I'm going to come back and
Hold here, Braden.
reset play the ball here. Ref Jared Sutton. So, as they approach this midway point of the set, the Parramatta Eels with Walker, who's heaped back by those defenders. Brandon Smith and Tom Fletcher. Arrow out there as well. Riley Smith now dummy half. Through the gap goes Hopgood. Shares it now with Papali, who's run down to tackle and coughs up the football. Into the path now of Fletcher of South Sydney. So they're back on the attack for a 0 tackle, 35 out from their own line. Para leads 12-4 here, though.
It looked like Papali got tackled about the ball there, but lucky there for South Sydney. They get the ball back.
6:25 left in this first half. Mazzillis swings it back to the right-hand side here for that man in Jacob Host. Plays it quickly. Jai Arrow gains a quick 10 over halfway here. Meets Riley Smith head on. 40 out now from Para's line. South with Humphreys. Left-hand side to Walker. Darts on the inside. Too quick for Tuolangi. He's dragged down there, though, by Iongi. He'll play at 20 out. Second last play now for the South Sydney Rabbitohs. And now Gray off to Fletcher. Put down deep in that southeastern corner of the ground. This will be low. It's going to be 6 more here for South. Johnston swings the pass wide. They're 7 metres out from Parramatta's line. They trail 12-4 here, South Sydney. What do they do? Mazzillis goes himself from dummy half, but Tuolangi's wise to him and stops him 5 out left-hand side of the uprights. Brandon Smith dummy half. Off now Ashton Ward. Inside ball back to his captain Arrow, and he was flipped there in the tackle of Tuolangi who got him there. So it's a dangerous tackle, as we saw, and that will be a penalty, South Sydney.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate there for Kelma Tuolangi. He gets down nice and low, but because he's running so fast, he sort of goes straight over the top of his shoulders and just gets into an awkward position. I don't think you have anything to worry about. Penalty sufficient.
That's South's first penalty of the game, so it's penalty count 5-1 Para's way so far. Get to MC very shortly. 5 minutes left first half. As we approach half-time, Humphreys straightens his run there towards his opposite number in Moses. Going to be 6 more here, so back-to-back. It's great work from Mazzillis. Saw the opportunity, goes himself from dummy half and does score. A very important try for South Sydney as we approach half-time. 12-8 kick to come. It was just repeat ball and penalties going South's way, and they find some points. So their hooker Mamazelis scores his second try this season. 12-8 kicks to come, 4.5 left first half, Louis.
Yeah, he's been good this opening half, Peter Mamazelis. He's asked a lot of questions out of dummy half. He's running well. And then just here, this is pretty soft, to be fair, in first grade. Did a little bit of a show. And then all the Parramatta players, they just go up, they fall for it. And I think it was actually, I don't know actually who fell for that dummy, but that was horrible attention to detail in defence. Really nice work there by Peter Mamazelis.
And MC on the touchline.
Yeah, don't they look a faster side with Cody Walker on the field? And it's a really interesting middle that they've got at the moment on the field at the moment. South Sydney, Mamazelis, Jamie Humphries and Brandon Smith. So not the biggest players on the field, all playing in the middle of the field for the South Sydney Rabbitohs.
And here's Jamie Humphries, as MC called earlier, will be taking the kicks here. Is only Bentley Harpe has suffered a grade 1, they call it category 1 HIA, so he's not coming back tonight. And Jamie Humphries lines up the kick here, 11 metres out left-hand side of the post, make it a 2-point ball game with 3.5 left before the break. 0467 920 222. Is Clancy listing in air because he may have lost the footy because of the cricket up in far north Queensland. So the cricket's on local radio in the Cairns and North Queensland area. You can hear us, of course, the footy and the ABC Listen app as well as the cricket. Here is Jamie Humphries, and he makes good for a successful conversion, and it is Parramatta 12, South Sydney 10, 3:20 left in this first half. 0467 920 222. Just like to send my thoughts to Andrew. Rest up and get well stood on the road, trucking northbound Pacific Highway to Bris Vegas. And it's home time to Toowoomba. Been a long week. Enjoying the call, says Mark in brackets Tubby. So a picture of his truck. What do they call the trucks? Is it do you call it the rig? What's the trucking parlance? Rig? That's look, I'm old.
Let's call it
way
truck.
back. The truck, yeah, fair enough. Sabo Dragon says, hi, Springy, Louis, MC. Souths have found another gear with Walker on, as MC mentioned. Missy on the mount, thank you for your text as well. Back underway here at the City Football Stadium with 3 minutes and 10 seconds left before the break. Eels 12, Rabbitohs 10. As Souths bring it back from the kickoff. And dumped there in the tackle of Dury is Jai Arrow, who's slow getting up. And he's still lying a bit prone there on the surface, as the penalty does go South Sydney's way.
Kicking the ground after help.
So he's just having a chat there, ref Jared Sutton, to the Eels skipper Mitch Moses, saying that he did call held, and then he was dumped a little overzealous there from a couple of those Eels defenders, namely Matt Dury. So that's why they get the penalty.
Yeah, it's a good little penalty for South Sydney. Straight after points, going to kick upfield nicely. And they'll get a really good set here and a good look at Parramatta. So they're going to be pretty smart here, Parramatta. They don't want to let another try in before half-time.
Isaiah Tass will swing it wide here at the back of the tap. So it's 5-2 penalty count now. After the Eels did get the first 5 penalties of the game. It's played by Humphries now. Brandon Smith goes charging over halfway into his namesake, Riley Smith, and also in there Tuolungi. 40 out now from that Eels line. And Mazelis, a straight run from dummy half, gains a quick 10. He was mostly unguarded until Walker came across to stop him. Minute 55 left here in the opening 40 at the Sydney Football Stadium. Now here is Jai Arrow. And Arrow has claimed 25 out, 20 in from the western side. Parramatta 12, South Sydney 10 here on ABC Sport. Open side left here. Brandon Smith to Cody Walker. Left-hand side, Ward here. Johnson receives the ball. It was Ford, though. It was Ford out of the hands of Talis Duncan. And so to spot the build-up there, Louis, he was 10 metres out, Alex Johnson. And we'll come back here. It will be a Parramatta ball, a lead. 12-10, minute 25 left in this first half.
How exciting is it going to be when Alex Johnson's only got one more try left to break the record?
Every carry will just be...
well, at the moment, he's still got 4 to break the record, and every time he gets the ball, the crowd are on their feet. So it's so good to see. I can't wait for it. Fingers crossed we get to witness it.
And MC on the touchline.
Yeah, Jai Arrow just struggling at the moment, boys. He's slow to his feet once again. He's taken his place at prop in the scrum, but he's hanging out for half-time. And just confirmation, our fearless leader, Andrew Moore, is listening, so behave.
Oh, okay, yeah. The switch on here. It is into, hour 7 of our 10-hour or 8-hour jaunt. But here we are, 12-10, 50 seconds left. Blade here, Dylan Brown gets up now, and now charging on the angled run goes Lomax, who scored one of the earlier tries for the Parramatta Eels. Played now Riley Smith. Flat ball here, Walker, right-hand side. It's been knocked on. So The error does come from the Parramatta Eels with 28 seconds left in this first half, Louis.
Good work there by South Sydney. They just run straight in the middle of the field. They set up their scrum. They want to try and get 2 looks at Parramatta's defence here, see if they can get some more points on in the next 23 seconds. But Parramatta, I'll tell you what, they've fallen off the bandwagon with the way that, compared to how they were playing the last 3 or 4 minutes, they've been horrible.
The awkward pass from Walker resulted in the Mitch Moses error. Scrum feed South 25 out from the Eels line. Gray skips away that right-hand side of the scrum. He's collared there, though, by Papali. He'll play it 15 out, 5 in from the western side. Open side left from Isaiah Tass. 10 seconds left in the half. Comes that shape left-hand side now as Fletcher. Down low to Alungi. Up top Moses. 25 out, 20 in from the eastern side. Mazelis back to Cody Walker. Half-time hooter goes. You can hear it there. It's tipped on here inadvertently to Isaiah Tass. Puts in the kick, but coming across Yongi. Will run it over the western touchline to signal an end to this first half. But a hard-fought game so far in this Indigenous round clash. The Eels 12 lead the Rabbitohs 10, and he's just signalled someone's on. just short of South Sydney's line. Eels lead by 2 points here, 12-10 the scoreline. Now it comes back to Matt Dury. He's okay, and he stands in the tackle 5 metres out from that southern line. Play it now here for Riley Smith. Onto the right-hand side, Moses. And now at Yongi, he dummies. He dashes away infield now, but he is collared by Walker and also Brandon Smith. 5 out, deep in that southwestern corner of the ground. Comes back to Moses. On to Walker. They shape it left. Now Hopgood hits that ball at speed and the defensive line as well. He'll play it there. 7 out centre field. Comes back now, Walker. And now fed off to Papali. Addo-Carr is brought over the eastern touchline by Tai Munro. And that was good defence from the young Rabbitoh, and it will be a Souths ball. 10 out from their own line, southern end. It's the Eels who lead 12-10. 4 going first up on ABC Sport. MC on the touchline.
Again, South Sydney pretty good defensively, and they've been pretty good defensively this whole game. It took a couple of individual pieces of brilliance for Parramatta in the opening half to score their 2 tries, but outside of that, the Rabbitohs have defended their try line particularly well.
No change to our half-time score here, which is 12-10 the Eels' way. And there is that run up that left-hand side from Alex Johnson. Play it now, Mazelis. Open side right here. Humphreys spots up his half partner in Ward. Gray tries to burn pass on the inside there of Papali, but he's brought down 32 out from his own line. And now again, a little zigzagging run from Jai Arrow, the South skipper. 5 short of halfway, 20 in from the eastern side. 5 going second half and still no score since half-time, 12-10 Para's way. Left-hand side shift here, South Sydney. It's come back to Johnston. He got that ball from Talis Duncan. Now steps infield where he's taken by Moses. Last play South, 30 out, 10 in from the western side. Duncan dummy half. And now off a step. A kick from Jamie Humphreys. Hangs there for a while. Lomax launches uncontested. Brings it down. He's off in some space now. He gets rid of the cheese. And he's still going. 40 out from his own line. Lomax will play it there. Good start to the set there for the Eels, Louis. 12-10 their lead.
Yeah, that's a good work there by Zach Lomax.
Here they go. Walker and now Yongi and Papali is stopped 40 out, 20 in from the eastern side. Smith dummy half. That's short side left. And now Yongi tries again. He scored a try in the first half. The Parramatta Eels, who lead 12-10. And now it will be deemed a Parramatta knock-on. So the ball's been lost out there by Bensony. And it will be a South scrum feed, 30 out from their own line, southern end.
Yeah, what about Zach Lomax there? Under a bit of pressure, comes up with a really nice take, and then comes up with a really brilliant run there. Throws off, that Smith there, Brandon Smith, then throws off Jai Gray, and they get right on the front foot straight away. Then they come up with an error in what play 2 there. And they had a really good opportunity to put some pressure on South Sydney in that opportunity there.
Terry from Nowra and Brian from Minor are both asking how you can be put on a report twice and not get binned. I suppose the incidents have to be... You can't sort of have a... what do we call it? Like a sum of both incidents if they're both on the lighter side. I mean, I don't know, what do you reckon, Louis? Should you get binned if you have 2 reports?
No. But, yeah, 2 different things.
Yeah. So 40 out from their own line here, South Sydney. That's the case for Jacob Host, who was close to the court in either half. Here's Fletcher. Makes a bit of a dash here. 40 out from that Parramatta line. Dummy half, Humphreys. Nowhere to go. He finds Smith on the inside. Brandon Smith. And now Ashton Ward. Tried to just weave back on the inside there of Dury. And the diminutive 5'8" is cut down. 25 out, centre field. Mazelis off to Smith on his second last play. Walker to Gray in the corner now as well. Johnston's lurking. Duncan still has the footy. Tackled 5 out in that northwestern quarter of the SFS. Gray back to Walker. That ball looks forward. It's still bouncing though here. Picked up now by Papali, and the Eels are back away. 15 out from their own line. They lead 12-10. 7 gone second half here on ABC Sport. Josh Addo-Carr's okay, by the way. He was limping a few minutes ago. The Fox is tackled and playing it now. 25 out from his own line. Up that left-hand side they go here. The Parramatta Eels through Jack Williams. 35 out from his own line now. Smith waits in behind him. Spots up the pass, right-hand side. Lomax a centre field run. Long flick pass at the back there for his captain, Moses. Directs traffic. Feeds it back himself down to Tuolangi. No one can stop him. He sort of stopped there and was slowed down there by Jacob Host, who'll play at 5 short of halfway. Smith now. On to Papali of the Eels. Jack Williams with the break. On here, Dylan Brown. He's got some pace. Addo-Carr's calling for the footy on the outside, but he finds Yongi, and Gray makes a tackle on Yongi. Stops him 6 out from that southern line. Riley Smith. Back here, Dylan Walker. They swarm on him. Great South defence on this second last play. He's half-metre shy here of those southern uprights. So, 12-10 Paras lead. This the last Moses. Little deft kick picked up by Jai Gray. What a defensive set from South Sydney. Para looked so promising, Louis, and that was great work from Jai Gray in particular.
Well, you say what a defensive set. I'm going to say what a defensive set just from Jai Gray there. He comes up with a big play, pulls up Iongi. Then he gets back up, stops Dylan Walker, and then comes straight back over the other side and picks up that little grubber kick there from Mitch Moses and gets the ball back for South Sydney. Yep. Huge work there from Jai Gray.
9 gone second half here on ABC Sport. Eels 12, Rabbitohs 10 here at the Sydney Football Stadium. Already on second last play here, 38 from their own line, South Sydney, and that's where Jai Arrow is dumped, 35 out. Played now on Mazelis. He scored one of their tries in that first half. Last play kick comes from Humphreys onto the chest of Josh Adokar, 25 out from his own line. Plenty of open paddock there for the Fox, and he's run down there by Tyrone Munro. 8 metres short of halfway. Played now for Parley. So Parramatta here up that left-hand side. Brown again tries to step out of the tackle of Ashton Ward. He's stopped there by Ward and also Jacob Host. 6 minutes inside South's territory as again here they go through Jermaine Hopgood. 40 outs in the field. Eels 12, Rabbitohs 10. 10 gone second half. Good on you, Louis. Here goes Matt Dury, and he's tackled 30 out from that southern line. Riley Smith, flat ball dummy half here. Moses cut that ball here low, Max, but it went straight through his hands over the western touchline. South's ball 20 out from that southern line, right in front of you, Michael Carianis.
Yeah, it was just an error pass there from Mitch Moses. I've just got to be careful here, the Parramatta Eels, because I've had all the running in this second half, but I'm unable to put it into points. But I'm loving what South Sydney have been able to do with the ball since Cody Walker's come onto the field. He's just given their attack some new life.
So 10 gone second half, as I mentioned. Still no score in this second half at least. Parramatta 12, South Sydney 10. And this lightning quick start of the second half. It's going to be now a penalty going South's way for offside. Tim in Bondi Beach asked, why is this game at the SFS? Well, Souths do play select home games, 1 or 2 home games a year at this venue. Of course, I'd like to play more games here. But this is part of the Gadu Gathering. So this is a 3-day event which featured the Roosters Bulldogs game last night, South's Para, and tomorrow there's the NRLW game, which is West Tigers and St George Illawarra, I believe, and also Wests and Manly meet in the men's fixture. So you're back here tomorrow, Louis, with Gibbsy and Glenn Lauder for the midday pre-game show and that 2 o'clock kickoff between the Tigers and the Sea Eagles. The back of the penalty here, South Sydney, 25 outs in the field. Brandon Smith tackle, plays it now. Mazelis, the left-hand side. On it comes to Walker, and now a bouncing ball for Jai Gray. It's going to be a knock on as he did touch that footy, Jai Gray. So it will be an Eels possession now, 20 out from their own line, northern end with that scrum, and it'll be in the middle of the ground. They lead 12-10, 11 going second half on ABC Sport. And see on the touchline.
Yeah, again, just another error, and hopefully this second half isn't riddled with errors, but I just gave Cody Walker a rap there, and he just throws a poor pass, much like Mitch Moses the set before.
By the way, in the cricket, so South Africa are now 6 for 155 in the 19th over. 2 wickets each for Josh Hazlewood, Nathan Ellis and Adam Zampa in that third T20 up in Cairns. They play 3 one-days as well in Cairns and Mackay, those last 2 games in Mackay. And now here's a run from Charlie Geimer off the bench. His first run. He actually debuted last time these sides met in round 18 last year at Stadium Australia, or in fact at Western Sydney Stadium. They played the corresponding Indigenous round fixture at Stadium Australia, though, as well. 8 short of halfway, played there by Dury, as it's ripped to the right-hand side from Talon De Silva. So he's out there as well for the Parramatta Eels. They lead 12-10, 12 gone second half. Tuolangi is put down just inside South's territory. De Silva, and now it's going to be with a roll ball. Wasn't correctly played there by the Parramatta Eels, and Jared Sutton deems it will be coming back here to South Sydney, just short of the halfway line.
Yeah, Mitch Moses didn't like it either. He's blowing up, because that call actually comes from the touch judge. It didn't come from the referee there, and he's not liking that call there, Mitch Moses.
On the replay, it's pretty evident that it's certainly justified, the decision there from the bunker, Matt Noyan, via the referee, Jared Sutton. South's on the attack, who trail 12-10. 13 going second half here on ABC Sport. Brandon Smith tries to just attack low in there on the tackle of Dylan Walker. He'll play out 35 out centre field. Mazzella slips away from Walker. Brought down there by his legs by Yongi. And now it's going to be 6 more for inside the 10. So a full set now for South Sydney. 20 out from Para's line, northern end. 20 in from the eastern side, Nomazelis. Off here, Brandon Smith. He'll show and go now. Wide to Walker. On that corner as well, Jai Gray, zippy. Steps back infield, slipped into the contact of Moses. And he'll play it 10 out, 10 in from the western side. This is play 3 now for South Sydney. As Humphreys just bounced in there off Charlie Geimer. And he'll play it now. 7 out, left-hand side of the uprights. Nomazelis here for Souths. As they come to the right-hand side. Ashton Ward, inside ball, charging forward now, Jacob Host. He is still 2 metres shy of that northern line. Second last play, South who trail 12-10. Nomazelis goes from dummy half. He's held up and driven back there by 3 Eels defenders. Last play, South's 1.5 metres out of that northern line. Brandon Smith, dummy half. Off here, Humphreys. Walker back to that corner as well. Here is Talis Duncan. Goes himself and scores the try. He had Johnston there on the outside, but the back rower breaks through and puts South back in front. 14-12, kick to come. 14 minutes gone, second half here on ABC Sport. Luke Lewis.
Yeah, well, Parramatta look absolutely shot at the moment. And South Sydney doing a really good job with the ball coming out of their own end. They're asking a lot of questions on both sides of the field. They're looking good in the middle of the field there. Peter Marvazula's keeping the defence honest. And then good work here there from Cody Walker, just to throw a little cutout pass, find Talis Duncan. And Talis Duncan does a great job. I thought he was going to flick past it. He did everything he possibly could to try and pop it out the back. And he thought, you know what, I might push my way over here. And he does, scores a great try. South Sydney in front, like you said, 14-12, kick to come.
Talis Duncan, who has Wannaroa heritage, nigging this round, he scores a try, 14-12, and see on the touchline.
Yeah, he shouldn't have scored that far out from the line there. Talis Duncan, Will Benson, he doesn't make much of an effort to wrap up Talis Duncan, and Zach Lomax tried to come in over the top unsuccessfully. So just a poor defensive bit of play there from the Parramatta Eels.
Now the kick from Ashton Ward. So we've seen 3 different kickers used in this game so far, with Bentley Harpe failing his HIA. That was a Category 1, and so he had the first attempt at golf back of the Tyrone Munro try. Jamie Humphreys was 1 from 1 earlier, off the back of the Nomazelis try before half-time. And now Ashton Ward, who debuted only 3 weeks ago against Cronulla Sutherland, and the Gerringong Lions Junior, will kick from 23 metres out and a metre in from the western side of the football stadium. So this game's had big momentum swings, Louis, and we'll see if South can go 4 points ahead. Ward comes in, kick starts left, it stays there. And it remains South Sydney 14, Parramatta 12 here on ABC Sport. 0467 920 222. It seemed like since the start of the game the floodgates could open at any time. South's defence has been gallant, says Joe in Newcastle. Yeah, it's a fair point. Keith in Brisbane wishing Maury all the best for a speedy recovery, as no offence, my favourite commentator. None taken at all, Keith. Happy that's not game set bingo for him just yet. I've also met Billy Moore a long time ago at a dinner when Queensland had won 7 straight. Thank you all for your commentary that gets me my NRL fix while I work. Good on you, Keith. And you can keep your text coming, 0467 920 222. Any I don't get to, I can get to after the game and our post-game wrap-up. 14-12 here, South's lead, Louis, as they go back on the attack. Nomazelis off here to the left-hand side of the park. And it's out there with Humphreys, is it? Yep, playing it 25 out from his own line. Nomazelis spots up Brandon Smith, first receiver. Angles his run there into Moses and also Charlie Geimer. And he'll play it 32 out from his own line. Nomazelis here with a few plays left in this set. Flicked out the back there, Ashton Ward to Gray, and now up that right edge they go with Tass. He takes on Dylan Brown, and he's claimed there by the opposite number, 2 metres short of halfway. Open side left again here, Jai Gray on this second last run now for South Sydney. 5 inside Eels territory, 14-12 the South's lead. While they go left-hand side, off a couple of steps, the Humphreys kick hangs there for an eternity. It comes down now to Isaiah Iongi, and he spins out of a tackle. Eventually, though, he is claimed on that right edge defence by South Sydney. Comes away quickly here, Josh Adokar straightens his run through centre field, 32 out from his own line now. Played now, Papali. Off now again to Hopgood. In fact, it's Lomax who tried to just swerve through out there, but will come back here on tackle 4 now for the Parramatta Eels. It's Moses as they come right-hand side of the park, 7 metres short of halfway. Got the footy out there towards Bentony. Now played to Moses, to Olangi on this second last effort. 5 inside South's territory, 14-12 South Sydney's lead. Last play for the Parramatta Eels. To Silva, but the short side right now for Moses. High kick up in the air, down towards Jai Gray. Takes a clean catch. Thinks about the options here, but he's claimed 15 out from his own line at southern end. We'll get to MC shortly on the touchline as the Rabbitohs go back on the attack, this time through Alex Johnston, who remains for now on 209 tries. So no tries tonight, and he's still 3 shy of the great Ken Irvine. 18 gone, 22 left in this second half on ABC Sport. Trying to get through out there is Sean Kepi. Played now 35 out to his own line. A dart from dummy half, number Zealous. He runs into Talon Silva. A bit of a fend and a bit of shoving there on the jersey.
Sean, last tackle.
Yeah, so he's just going to come back and reset him here. There's referee Jared Sutton. Last play South from just inside halfway. Now the kick from Humphreys. Angles high across field now to Ayongi. And the Eels go back on the attack, Louis, but South lead 14-12.
Yeah, South are in front at the moment. Parramatta actually look very tired. They're starting to struggle to get back on side. Their ball movement wasn't as good as what it was earlier. And they're doing a really good job, South Sydney, with their defence, and they're making some nice metres and starting to make some half breaks up the middle of the field.
Lomax playing 35 out from his own line. Now a run from Bentony, but he is going to get the penalty here for inside the 10. So some overzealous South Sydney defence there. Down to MC on the touchline.
Yeah, it's interesting, that 10-metre penalty. I can't see from there, but is he standing outside the 40 for that? So it should have been a set restart instead of a penalty.
Yeah. Are they scratching their heads wanting that right now? But they're going to kick here for touch on the western side. What's doing, MC? 14-12 the South's lead.
Yeah, just a crowd spring here, 21,395. And you mentioned the fact that they look tired. Well, Jason Riles has gone to his bench. Luca Moretti has just come on for Dylan Walker.
Okay, thank you, Michael Karayanis. Here's Barlaw back in the action as well. Bucks his way into a tackle. Offloads here to his teammate in De Silva. Hits the deck, 22 out from that South's line. And now Geimer through hands. This is the second play in the set now for the Parramatta Eels, who trail 14-12 on the scoreboard midway through this second half. Standing in the tackle and now playing it is Jack Williams. And now Geimer, his fellow back rower. No real gain for him. 15 out centre field. De Silva assesses the options. Goes right-hand side of the park. Moses back on the inside now as Cappy makes the tackle there on Moretti. And he'll play it there, Moretti. Right-hand side of the uprights. De Silva off to Moses. And now Williams can't quite finish off. 5 out, dead centre field now for the Eels. De Silva, can they take back the lead? Moses to Papali. And now Iongi out wide to Addo-Carr. But again, Tyrone Munro just forced him out of the eastern touchline. He had a few more lofty strides to go, Josh Addo-Carr, but Taito Munro said nope, and he denies the Fox for the second time in this game. South's 14, Parramatta 12, 20 gone, 20 left in this second half of ABC Sport. Luke Lewis.
I'll tell you what, Munro's doing a really good job out there on the wing. He's putting a lot of trust on his inside man. He's getting up, he's holding, he's staying in the system, and then when the ball goes, he goes. He makes a decision when the ball's in the air. He's doing a really, really good job. He's had some really strong carries tonight as well, but great defence out wide.
So, South Sydney back on the attack. 17 out from their own line and tackled there and playing it out there is Fletcher. And it comes back through that open side of the park. Tass, 25 out centre field. And Zealous on here to Jacob Host. On report twice in this game, the separate incidents. And now they come left-hand side. South, Jai Gray shows good zip and dash, and he's run down from behind there by Mitch Moses, 40 out from his own line. 10 in western side. South's 14, Parramatta 12 here on ABC Sport. And now a good post-contact run there from Sean Kepi, brought down by Barlaw. Play it just inside Eels territory. Last play does come, the kick from Humphreys. High in the air now to Iongi. Parts himself under it, 10 out from his own line. And he tried to get away from Smith. Does so, bounce off Brendan Smith. Run down though, second effort in there was Host and also Ward. 25 out centre field. Away from their own end here, the Parramatta Eels. As a pass is swung wide, Benton. He steps back inside on Munro, but Munro gets him again. Good defensive play there from Tyrone Munro, who scored their first try of the game, South Sydney. In fact, it was the first try of the game. Open side right. On play 3 here for the Parramatta Eels. Offload comes from Lomax back here to Benson. And he's tackled, in fact, it's Dylan Brown, tackled 40 out, 20 in from the eastern side. De Silva dummy half on them already. Offloads back here to his utility. De Silva gains a few more as he steps here off the Walker tackle, but he's claimed 25 outs in the field. Second last play here for the Eels, who trail 14-12. Fed wide back here again to Moses, and now Yongi. Through the gap goes Bensony, wrapped up around the waist down there. A good tackle it was from Johnston. Last play, Parra, 10 minutes out. Moses goes to the depth kick, goes in behind the posts, and in the end, the best option is there for Jacob Host to run the ball dead, and it will be a line dropout coming off the boot of South Sydney. They lead 14-12 here at the Sydney Football Stadium, Louis. 17 and a half left in the game.
Yeah, nice little touch there from Mitch Moses to get the repeat set. But I tell you what's really starting to trouble South Sydney are them offloads. And it all starts with Zach Lomax. Every time he carries the ball, he's looking to promote that ball. They've got to continue to do that, Parramatta, because that's when they're their most dangerous.
As MC mentioned, crowd here, 21,395. It's a short dropout here at a rise in the lap of Alex Johnston. So South keep the footy from that dropout, and they'll continue on the attack with a 14-12 lead. Down to MC shortly as Jai Gray just can't take their eyes off him. He just evades one defender, eventually claimed there by Geimer and De Silva, 20 out. Dummy half Walker. On open side right here to Jai Arrow. And he's tackled with 30 out now from his own line. Nomazelis will swing it across now. Ward, plenty of space out there for Jacob Host, but up ahead he's taken down firstly by Papali. Also out there in the defensive wall of Geimer with him. Walker swung back through the left-hand side, and Moses makes the tackle out there on the Thomas Fletcher. That darting kick from Moses has bounced off. Coming in, that's great work from Talis Duncan. It was a loose ball. It wasn't played at, so it's going to be a changeover anyway, and Parra will get the footy back 30 out from their own line. 14-12 is the South Sydney lead. 16 left in this second half, as we'll go and have a challenge.
Challenge, mate. And it not played out on the original kick. And it's a question of whether Parramatta gets a hand to it on the ground.
It happened so fast, it was hard to see, really. But what
Gerard Sutton did say straight away, not played at, not played at. Yeah. He was saying it the whole way. So I'm going to have to back him in on it because he was watching it as it happened.
Especially the kick chaser onside.
Yeah, it definitely doesn't get played at. It's Benson, he turns his back.
Comes off the back of Benson, does it?
Yes, he turns his back. He's not looking at the ball, and it just ricochets off his back.
So even though Duncan gets there first, the fact that it was called pretty consistently from Gerard Sutton, not played at, would mean it will be a change over here, Michael Carianis.
Will Penasini's not playing at the ball. He's turning away from the ball. We're playing on at this stage. The tackle count is still 5.
That's the far
But Yongi plays at the ball here. He goes to pick it up, and then he touches it before Talis Duncan gets to it. So I think it'll be South Sydney's ball.
Okay, it's South Sydney's scrum. Yeah, he does get his hands to it first, and Duncan comes in desperately. So there you go. Okay, so for now, it remains South Sydney 14, the Parramatta Eels 12.
Parramatta knocked the ball on first. This restarts a tackle count, and then there is a South Sydney knock on after. The challenge by South Sydney is successful.
Yeah, successful challenge, and it will be a South Sydney scrum 30 metres out from that northern line here at the Sydney Football Stadium. No score in this. Sorry, beg your pardon. Duncan scored the try, didn't he? So it was 12-10 half-time, Parra's way, 14-12 South Sydney.
I just love Talis Duncan's attitude there. He sees the ball on the floor, absolutely puts his head down and sprints at it and gets down low, slides onto the ball and just puts a bit of pressure on the fullback there, and it comes up with a good play there for South Sydney. It gives them really good field position here to put some more points on the board.
Back to MC on the touchline.
Yeah, look for the play between Cody Walker and Jai Gray. I think they'll get some joy on the edge, particularly on this left-hand side of the field.
Well, they go right-hand side for now, at least, the Rabbitohs. And Tass is taken high by Joash Papali. No, it's going to be offside. So
what do you can't go
it's a penalty here going South Sydney's way. 14-12 is their lead. 15:40 left in this second half here at the Sydney Football Stadium as your Saturday Rugby League comes to an end.
Mitch,
This game is still anyone's, Louis.
I still haven't seen anyone get sent off here. So Joe Ash is offside. They've opted to take the scrum again. If they do the same thing or they get another penalty off this scrum, someone will get sent 10 to the bin. Have we seen one this year?
A send-off
for doing a double, like 2 errors off the scrum?
Oh, that's insane.
Yeah, let's go.
So Walker feeds the scrum left-hand side. Lamazelis off to Gray. Skips away there for Papali. In fact, Papali does drag him down with the back of his jersey. 20 out, 10 in from the eastern side. Away it comes here. Ward onto Kepi. Straightening around toward the uprights. He's still 13 metres shy. 14-12 is South's lead here at the Sydney Football Stadium. Brandon Smith on now Walker. Left-hand side here. Duncan through the gap and strolls in to score his second try of the half. South extend their lead. 18-12, kick to come. 14 and a half left here on ABC Sport. Luke Lewis.
Well, if anyone deserves another try, it's Talis Duncan. And this is a beautiful hole run. Really good work here by Cody Walker. Goes really close to the line and holds the ball up nicely. I thought he was going to play out the back to Jai Gray like Michael Carianis predicted, but he plays short. But this comes down to this field position here too from his effort earlier, just for sliding along the ground and getting the ball back there from Iongi. So good work there from Talis Duncan. Nice little passage of rugby league from him in the last minute and a half.
Back to MC on the touchline.
Yeah, huge couple of plays there from Talis Duncan. As Lewis said, he fought every inch to force that error from Iongi, and they got the ball back. And then a retreating Mitchell Moses, a retreating Will Benson just create enough of a gap for Talis Duncan to slice through. And Cody Walker's attack has been the difference of this South Sydney side.
On that left-hand side, yeah, Walker engineered that pass, didn't he? That effective build-up there from South Sydney. And, of course, on that same edge of Talis Duncan is Alex Johnston, who I don't think he'll mind that Duncan's been doing all the right things. He's been hungry, he's been desperate, both in defence and attack, Talis Duncan, and he scores 2 tries here. As long as they win, I don't think Alex Johnston will care that record goes on for at least one more week or two. Here is Ashton Ward, who missed his first attempt, which was a little bit further away. Same sort of angle, though. He's 18 metres out here and 15 in from the western side to make it 20 points to 12. A very important buffer in the game. Beyond that, 6 points. Ward comes in. This kick successful. Flags up. Ward 1 from 2 and South's lead 20. The Parramatta Eels 12. 13-20 left. Who's on report here again? And see Mitch Moses just having a chat there to Jared Sutton. Is he saying it's Moses again?
Yeah, for a trip in action, I thought I heard.
Okay. I wonder if he has more idea about this one, Mitch Moses. Anyway, we'll keep an eye on that. We'll see here in the build-up there as he stuck out, stuck out his right leg on Talis Duncan. It wasn't successful to stop Talis Duncan, but that explains why the Parramatta skipper is on report for a second time in this game. 20 points to 12 is the scoreline here. And, well, it's still a long way to go yet. 13 minutes left, 15 seconds all up here at the Sydney Football Stadium. Havili back from the kickoff. And he's dragged back there by Moretti and also Williams. 12 out, 20 in from the eastern side. And now on the arching run here for South Sydney. It is with that man Munro. Played out of Brandon Smith at dummy half. Right-hand side of the field for Kepi. 30 outs in the field now for South Sydney. The big cheese goes again here. Tackled 40 out from his own line. Stopped this time on Moretti. Played here to Havili, I beg your pardon, and he'll play it just inside Parramatta territory. They get some run going here. Cody Walker sends his kick onto the chest of Zach Lomax. Para back on the attack, 20 out from their own line, and they trail by 20 points to 12. 12 minutes left in this game, Luke Lewis.
Yeah, good work there by South Sydney. Really nice set. They all ran hard, they ran direct, they got upfield nicely, and I reckon Cody Walker just needed to find a little bit of grass there with his kick, but that's what you want to do after points. Really good work. And South Sydney, really, they just got to keep doing what they're doing at the moment. They've got 6 sets with the ball left.
Bensony, and now it's off here to Junior Barlaw. Spins out a one tackle of Brandon Smith, and now Moses swings a pass across here to Papali. Stop 40 outs in the field now for the Parramatta Eels. Second last play for the Eels. They need some points and quickly. And now again on this run from that man Walker, played 30 out middle of the park. Moses off a couple of steps, his right foot kick up in the air on that edge. Lomax up there first, bats it forward into the path of the South Sydney players. South get that loose ball anyway, It'll be a changeover, 10 out from their own line. By the way, the cricket is finished up with the South African innings, 7 for 172. Nathan Ellis with 3 wickets and Australia chasing 173 to win in that third T20 in Cairns. You can hear coverage of that by the ABC Listen app. AFL third quarter around the grounds there. Adelaide 39, Collingwood 37. AFLW fourth quarter, Melbourne 56, leads Western Bulldogs 10. You're with Brett Sprigg, Luke Lewis, Michael Carianis here at the Sydney Football Stadium as we wrap up this third game on your Saturday. We've been here since the very start of the day, and here we are as Munro plays at 20 out from his own line. Souths 20, the Eels 12, 11 left in this game of footy. Havili again will play it. Off there to Ward, feeds it back here to his captain Arrow, and he will be tackled 35 out from his own line at the southern end of the ground. Left-hand side of Mazulis, off to Gray again. Up that dangerous left-hand side goes South, but Benson makes the tackle there on the South Sydney fullback. Last play, Rabbitohs. Duncan swings it across. Ugly pass there to Ward, who receives, and now just goes off the inside of his boot. A high spiralling ball on the bounce for Josh Adokar. There'll be 30 out here for the Eels. He gains a few more, the Fox, and he's tackled by Kepi. 32 out from his own line, northern end. 10-20 left in the game. It's still South 20, the Eels 12. Well, they go again, Parramatta. This time through Dylan Brown. On that left edge playing centre. Left 20 in from the eastern side. And now again it's with Jack Williams. And he gains 7 or 8 more metres now, just short of the halfway line. The silver dummy half. Rips it right-hand side of the field now for Walker. Onto this shape now to the right-hand side. And again, Bensony run down by Duncan. Great defensive work from Talis Duncan. He'll play it now 35 out, Bensony, as it's fed back from Myongi to Moses on their second last play. And now Guymer hits the deck for the Eels, 25 out, middle of the park. To Silva, Moses, almost run down there by Kepi. He was, in fact. Ball goes up in the air, though. Josh Adokar can't feed the ball back tidily. It is picked up by Brown. Somehow it's still the last, and will end the play there. And South will continue their next set. 15 out in their own line, 5 in from the eastern side. They lead 20 points to 12, 9.5 left. MC on the touchline.
Yeah, they're struggling at the moment. The Parramatta Eels. The last play options have been poor basically all night, but this couldn't help them now. Tyrone Munro looks like he's just made an error.
Yeah, which has been a pretty good night for him beyond or apart from that, MC. But Tyrone Munro has made the error here, so this will be an opportunity for the Parramatta Eels. 20 out centre field, unless...
Yeah, it is. Okay. That was tackle 1 on the ground, Matty. Tyrone Munro challenging the ruling of the knock-on.
They're all arguing that it was more than 10 seconds.
Sorry?
They couldn't get a really good view from where we were sitting up here on that one.
No, it was on the far corner, but it looked pretty straightforward anyway as far as whether there's anything from Papali that
I don't think so.
All coming loose.
In that view, it looked like it was just a loose carry, but we'll get another look at it. Well, he's not even going to get a good look at it there.
Joash Papali'i is just making a tackle. There is no stripping motion. The challenge by South Sydney is unsuccessful.
So the on-field call will stand and the scoreline remains 20 points to 12 South Sydney. However, it will be a ball for Parramatta, a scrum feed 20 out from that southern line. Back to MC on the touchline.
Yeah, they've got it. Mitch Moses has to try and spark something here from his side. I think Papali or Iongi's probably been the most likely for the Parramatta Eels, but it's got to come off the back of that number 7.
They've got to keep the offload. So the offload's when it really troubles South Sydney. When they're just playing through their normal sets, South Sydney are eating it up.
So here they go. Para's scrum feed, 20 out centre field. De Silva swings it right-hand side. Moses on here, Yongi to Lomax in that corner, and he can stroll away and score the try in the corner. Zach Lomax with his second try of the game to bring the Eels right back in it. 20 points to 16, kick to come, Parramatta, 8:45 left in the game, Luke Lewis.
Yeah, scrum play 1, over to the right edge. Zach Lomax has got a heap of space, but I tell you what, it wasn't a very good read there by Alex Johnson. He goes straight in, leaves a whole lot of space. And I tell you what, Talis Duncan's been brilliant tonight out in that right edge, but he just didn't have the speed to get across and stop Zach Lomax at full flight. So, nice try, great finish there from Zach Lomax. Gets Parramatta back in the game, 20 points 16, kick to come, 8.5 minutes on the clock.
MC on the touchline.
Yeah, interesting. It's going to be Mitch Moses who lines up this conversion attempt. They just brought out the green tee, which is Zach Lomax tee. He goes, no, I need the black one. So he's about to have a conversion attempt.
What's the difference, MC? the colours.
The height, I think. I didn't get a great look at the green one, but I think it's the height difference.
No, it's the green.
Get a good look at the kick, though. He's right in front of you, so we'll keep an eye on that one here. Mitch Moses is 25 metres out here, a metre in from the western side, right in front of our esteemed colleagues, Michael Carianis and Ralph Tucker.
He pulls this left, I reckon, a little bit. He's going towards left post.
It's been the best night for kicking, especially for Souths, to be honest.
Sort of feels like it looks like it's aiming at the left post.
So, big kick this to Mitch Moses. 7.5 minutes left in the game. Parramatta captain. Lines up the kick. On the approach, tough angle, on its way, and it fades across the face of goal.
Goal drop.
It remains Souths 20, Eels 16, 7:20 left in this game here on ABC Sport. One of our correspondents says, what the... Ashton Ward is 21, he looks 16 at best. He does look very young. I know how that feels. Got asked for ID until I was like 33. So, Ashton Ward, my heart's with. But it's a good thing. When you get older, you want to look young, so it doesn't matter.
Please.
What?
You would have been asked for ID straight away.
No, never. I was getting asked for ID all the time.
You look at least 40.
7:20 left here in the second half. You're on ABC Sport. Keep your text coming later on. 0467920222 as the ball goes downfield at the kickoff onto the chest of the two-time try scorer Zach Lomax in this game. After Moses missed that conversion attempt, he was the hero last week, of course, with the winning field goal. We'll see if it comes down to a decisive play, either with, running the ball or with a kick potentially later on. To Silva. On here to Walker. Now Barlaw. 6:50 left in the game. Barlaw is put down 40 out from his own line. Play it there for De Silva. Comes back with a short ball right-hand side. Walker to Moses, who's set up on immediately by Cody Walker and forced back 40 out from his own line. He'll play it there. 9 short of halfway. De Silva. On to Walker again. On this second last play, the Eels run the footy. 5 out, 5 inside South territory. Comes back here to Silva. On to Moses. Puts up a very high ball. Holds up there in a very slight breeze for Jai Gray. Parks himself under it, takes a clean catch, and he'll play it there 20 out from his own line. South's back on the attack. 20 points to 16 their lead, Louis. 6-3 left in the game. And here goes Tyrone Munro. But he's sandwiched between Josh Adokar and also Dylan Brown out there on that right edge defence for the Parramatta Eels. And now again they come through centre field. 25 out as Geimer collects Isaiah Tass. Dunny half, Brandon Smith. Back short side right here again, this time for Jacob Host. Playing it now 30 out, 20 in from the eastern side. This is second last play, South Sydney, but it's come to Jai Gray. That left-hand side shift is always dangerous, but Moses runs down Jai Gray. 5 short of halfway, last play, South Sydney, 20 points to 16 their lead. Kick goes up from Walker. It's a wobbly one there for Iongi. Takes the catch though. He's 30 out from his own line and welcomed there by Fletcher and also Arrow, 20 in from the western side. 5.5 left, Luke Lewis. South's 20, the Eels 16.
There you go, Zach Lomax getting it. Some really strong carries.
Lateral run here. Ward gets him. Play on.
They need some more offloads here, Parramatta.
Tackle 3 here for Parramatta for the Eels. Walker the flick pass. Back to Lomax. Gets away from Ward. Has outside options there, but he carries the footy over halfway. Ward goes down low. Up top by Isaiah Tass to stop him. Third tackle of the set. 45 out from the South Sydney line. Eels now with Papali. Onto his captain Moses. Back right-hand side to Kelma-Tuolangi. And he's tackled now by 3 South defenders. 40 outs in the field. 4:52 left in the game. It was a quick game these last stages. Papali on here to Williams. And he's tackled now out there by Jacob Host. 30 out, 20 in from the eastern side. This is last play for the Eels. Moses puts a kick up. It's going to sit up there for Johnson. No, Benson, he gets there first. Loose footy pounced on by Walker. What say you, referee Jared Sutton? It was knocked on first by the Eels. So it will be a Souths ball. 10 out from their own line, and they keep a 4-point lead for now. 20 points to 16. 4:20 left down to MC on the touchline.
Yeah, I'm not sure where that knock-on was, and Mitch Moses ran up to Jared Sutton to challenge it, and he's like, mate, you got no challenges left.
So here they go, Talis Duncan. Bounced off that wall of Parramatta defenders here. Will play at 15 out. Brandon Smith on to Tyrone Munro. First try scorer in the game. Good defensive work as well. Play at 15 out. This game's still up for grabs here at the Sydney Football Stadium. 3:55 left. Here's an angled run now from Kepi. He's still 30 out from his own line. Smith. And now on tackle 4 for Jai Arrow. Brought down there by De Silva and also Hopgood, 35 out. South at least control the score for now. It's the high kick from behind the 40 from Brandon Smith. and at hooker, and now it's gone down towards Iongi. So the Eels back on the attack position rather well here, 35 out from their own line.
They need some offloads here, Spriggy.
3.5 left in the game. It comes to Lomax. Up the right-hand side of the field he goes, but tackled just shy of the 40 as Duncan came across to cover him. And now Moses. Off now Bensony. Straightens his run toward the halfway line. Walker stops him 5 short. You can hear there from ref Jared Sutton, play 3. Now Barlow offloads here back to Moses. Swings the pass very wide now left-hand side to Dylan Brown. Short pass, he plays it there for the Fox as he's tackled. The Fox bursts away. He slips over Rabbitohs. He's 17 outs in the field. And this will be last play. Para who trail by 4 points. It comes now off to Walker. Low ball Moses. Here's Barlow. Offload to Yongi. And now going almost there. He's stopped a metre shy. Great chase and tackle it was down there by guess who? Jai Gray. What a year he's having. What a game he's having. And it means his team remains in front on the scoreboard. 20 points to 16. Luke Lewis, 2.5 minutes left.
He's had a great game. Jai Gray at fullback there. He's been absolutely brilliant with the ball in hand, but he's been amazing in defence. He's saved a couple of tries. Talis Duncan in there as well. He's been great for South Sydney. But what got Parramatta down into this situation? Offloads. That is the key for Parramatta.
Still time left in the game yet for either side. Certainly for the Eels, who are defending this set now from South Sydney. 8 out from South's line. Munro slips into the contact there of Jack Williams, and he's slow getting up here. Tai Munro. Daniel in Newcastle says, interested to see where Jai Gray features in Louis' 3-2-1. I'll give you some idea. I don't know what Louis is going to be thinking, but I reckon it'll be prominent, Jai Gray.
Well, he might throw it out there now. He's only, 2 minutes on the clock. Jai Gray for 3.
Jai Gray for 3. Yeah, he's had a great game, hasn't he? And, of course, the best afield player here wins the Eric Sims medal. Of course, to honour the 200-game fullback, 4-time premiership winner, and New South Wales and Australia representative, Eric Sims. The great fullback. Here they go, the South Sydney Rabbitohs. 2 minutes left in the game. Tackled their host. 20 in from the eastern side. And now Jai Arrow can zip away. Stands in the tackle of Tuolangi. And also out there, Hopgood. 25 out here. South to slow the play down for now. Minute 50 left here at the Sydney Football Stadium. Kepi up that right-hand side of the field. This will be last play South. So there'll be a set at least here for the Eels, as they trail by 4 points. And now this kick from inside 40 from Walker. Trickles down there for Lomax. Scored 2 tries tonight here at the SFS. And now Lomax takes on the oncoming traffic there in Fletcher. And he'll play it now 40 out. This set imperative now for the Eels. Bantony swats away 1. Goes to ground though, 5 short of halfway. Minute 25 left here. Moses dummy half. Off now again to Barlaw. Through hands and now tackled. 5 inside South territory. Playing it now Hopgood. Dummy half to Silver. Runs the footy. Shares it with Walker. And now Papali away as well. Covered across there by Ward. 30 out, 20 in from the eastern side. This is second last play for Parramatta. Comes to the right-hand side, Moses. On in turn again here with Iongi, and now Bensony tackled. 20 out, hit him from the western side. Last play, the Eels. Moses, crossfield bomb. They'll all chase it through now. It's going up and batted back. It's a loose ball. Souths get there first. Ref Jared Sutton says it will be penalty Parramatta. Well, this is big. 40 seconds left. Souths lead by 4 points, 20 to 16.
Time off.
Time off, 36 seconds on the clock. MC, down to you.
Yeah, Brandon Smith is milking it here, trying to milk the clock, but 36 seconds left. They've got to come right.
They roll on here, the Eels. Walker. Off here to Barlaw. He's 5 out, right-hand side of the post. 30 seconds left here at the SFS. South by 4 points. To Silver at dummy half. Goes left-hand side. Moses. On in turn here again for Parley. Iongi, left-hand side. Oh, great tackle. Tass out there on ground. The footy comes loose. And South bite on it. And they will withstand with 13 seconds left. They lead 20 points to 16. 8 seconds. The crowd will count them down. South Sydney will have back-to-back wins in a tumultuous year. All kinds of injuries, all kinds of adversity. But they salute here in Indigenous round at home. That was mighty from South Sydney. A tough, hotly contested game which the Eels led at half-time 12-10. But Souths pull it back, and they prevail here, Luke Lewis, to win 20 points to 16. What a game of footy.
Yeah, great game of football. I really enjoyed it. And I thought South Sydney, the start of this game, probably weren't at their best, but they worked their way back into it. And it was their goal line defence that really got them the win. They held on early. They come out in the second half. They held on. Then they started to make some inroads, come up with some really nice plays, scored a couple of really good tries through Talis Duncan. And the inclusion there of Cody Walker, massive for South Sydney. Really good win. And back-to-back for them now. With all their injuries that they've had, their backs against the wall. Well done to South.
Unbelievable for the South Sydney Rabbitohs. Now 8 wins on the year in a tough year. 2 second-half tries for Talis Duncan. He was fantastic. Munro and Mazellis also scored first-half tries for the Eels. Their 3 tries, with Yongi in the 24th, and Zach Lomax scored another half as well. But in the end, they just saw it through, South, to win 20 points to 16 here at the Sydney Football Stadium. So we'll get some reaction from downstairs with Michael Carianis. And of course, he and Ralph Tucker just lurking around down there. And I'm sure that means plenty for South Sydney and their fans. 21,000 here tonight. A nice night for footy. And Jai Gray spoke to us on Thursday night about what it meant to get that win last week. And they win here at home in Sydney, which is great for their fans as well. So the players are shaking hands. There was a bit of feeling in that first half, a few reports made, but other than that, the game played in good spirits, and all part of this great occasion, the Gadu Gathering, night 2 of this 3-day event at the Sydney Football Stadium. Capped off, I'm sure, by a win for the Cardinal and Myrtle. And South's players and fans are certainly enjoying this. You can keep your texts coming, 0467 920 222, or read a few more of those out before we get off there in about half an hour's time. In the meantime, MC, it's down to you.
Just with South Sydney hooker Peter Mamazalis. Pete, what a performance from you guys defensively in particular. You were outstanding in that opening half.
Yeah, thank you, mate. Yeah, we just kept turning up for each other. It's a special round for us boys, Indigenous round, so we wanted to put in a good performance for our fans.
What was it like? Some of those defensive efforts, I guess, of Jai Gray, particularly late in the game, to help you guys get the job done.
Yeah, that was huge.